Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Belinda here from Visualized NZ. I am about to do some mark making and I thought I might as well turn the camera on and bring you along for this if you're not familiar with this idea or perhaps you've seen someone else do it, because I know there are other people out there who do this, but just want a fresh take, I guess, or a reminder of this technique. So mark making is what it sounds like, making marks with some sort of pen or colour, or it could be paint. So whatever, I'm using Sharpies in this case. So Sharpie markers, just regular size tips. And I've got my whole set out here. And I'm using a base of tracing paper. So if you can see, that is one I've already done. I really like the tracing paper because it is partially see-through. So I use this in collage and accents on journal cards or pockets or whatever as decoration. It's part of the layering of collage, and it's really nice to just, when you feel like you need something but not quite sure what, it's really good to add. And I've got a few bits here left of what I've already done, so it's quite hard to, if you can see that, but I'm finding I used dots, like I've got no dots left because I used all the dots that I did. And so I thought I would just do some dots and then see where we get to, because I need some more. As I said, I'm completely out. So I've got this sheet of tracing paper, and it's way too large to work on, so I am just going to tear it. So sorry about the noise and that you can't see because it's so big. It tears really nicely. I like the way it tears, and it goes sort of whitish on the edge when you tear it. Sort of just getting it down to more manageable size is what I'm aiming to do here. So it does tear better one way than the other, but I don't mind having the raggedy edge because that just saves me having to create it when I go to add it to something I'm working on. So I've just got a piece here, maybe that way's better, because it's been rolled up, so it's wanting to curl on me, but it will uncurl, and I store it in a file folder in a pocket, so it flattens it out really nicely. So once you've got your sheet, and this is tracing paper from an art store, I was given it, so I don't know what the cost is, but you can pick up pads of tracing paper from like a Dollarama type store, $2 plus type shop is what we often refer to them in New Zealand. You can buy it in bookshops, pads of tracing paper. It'll be different weights, different thicknesses, different levels of opaqueness, but it's all basically the same thing. And so I don't know what brand this is or anything, as I was given it. It was actually flawed. No idea what was wrong with it. I can't find any flaws, but I was very grateful for it. And I've got quite a few sheets of it, which is awesome. You can also do this on any other type of paper as well. You could do it on book page, coffee dyed paper, like whatever you like. If you don't want the translucency, then just use whatever you've got. You can also do it on Vellum, I believe. I haven't done it on Vellum because Vellum's not something I typically have. And I didn't have tracing paper either before I was given this. So I just go in and create marks. And it doesn't have to be precise. It doesn't have to be even, regular, because you're going to be tearing this into pieces. So there's no pressure. It's just having fun, relaxing, really good to do in front of TV. Just making repetitive marks, and then when you get sick of one particular pattern, change it. If you get sick of the colour, change it. Like, it really is, whatever you feel like doing goes. And that's fun. If you're into doodling, then this will be a fun activity for you. Right, now I'm going to switch it around so I'm not running my hand across the pen. I have found the Sharpie dries really well on this. I have tried stamping with permanent ink on it, on the tracing paper, and oh, I did it when maybe 5 months ago, and the ink still smears. So not overly fond of that. It might be alright with something like StazOn, which I don't have, but I was using VersaFine permanent ink that's supposed to set on basically anything, and yeah, it's still smearing. So I've kind of cooled off any idea of stamping on the tracing paper for me, unless I one day get a StazOn ink pad, and I think I'll just stick with the Sharpies. And I only tried the Sharpies after the stamping wasn't working for me, and it just, yeah, nothing worse than using stamped images that smear several months down the track. Very frustrating. But you might have different experience, and it might depend on what the tracing paper is like, how absorbent it is. So by all means, give it a go if you'd like to, but for me it was a no-go. Actually, I should pull it out and see whether it's still smearing. I haven't touched it for a while because it's just like, ugh. Haven't thrown them out though. You know, don't want to waste them. Can't use them, but don't want to waste them. I mean, how does that make sense? So I hope you're all having a good day. I took myself out for coffee. Well, actually, I didn't take myself out for coffee. I took myself out for lunch, which was just a savoury scone, a very rare treat because I typically eat low carb or verging on keto. So to have something so carb heavy was just real luxury and very yummy at the local cafe. And I sat with my sketchbook and sketched my scone and the plate and the knife and everything. So that was a bit of fun, and I actually really liked how it turned out. So I'll put that in my personal journal entry. And then I needed to take the car for a run, so I drove down a road I haven't been down for years and had a look at the changes down that road, and that was quite interesting. There used to be a Ford down the road, and there's no Ford there anymore. They've built it up into a little sort of culverty, bridgey thing. So you still go down a dip, but at the bottom of the dip there's a hump, and then you go back up out of the dip. So that was, yeah, really interesting. And then as I was heading back around the block towards home, I thought I would go and see if my brother was home. So I called in and he was home, and I had a coffee with him. So that was nice catching up. And oh my gosh, my heart just melted. Their cat has got 4 little kittens that are a week old. And they are so cute. There's a tortoiseshell, a calico, a black and a grey. And they're just so tiny. And their mum is very tiny as well. She's had 2 litters this year, and she wasn't very old. But she's a brilliant mum, looking after them super well. But I'm just a sucker for kittens. It's so pretty. And it's like, no, we can't have any more. We have 4. Four cats is enough. We've had 5 before. But I really think 4 is sufficient. But oh my gosh, I'm fighting with myself. It's particularly the calico one, or maybe even the tortoiseshell. But yeah, particularly the calico. We've already got a calico, and she's lovely. We love her to bits. She wouldn't be happy if we got another cat, but you know, it's so tough. It's like when you love something, it's really hard to just stop. It really is. And they're our kids. Our cats are our kids. So anyway, yeah, I'm still vibing off how cute they were, and I didn't get a very good look because they're kind of sandwiched between a entertainment unit and a curtain. So I didn't get a good look, but yeah, I got enough of a look, I'll say that. Right, I feel like doing some leaves. So I am going to do some leaves. And you don't have to do like rows and rows, you could do it in square blocks, like just do whatever. Just have fun with it, relax. Don't worry if it doesn't look right, because by the time you rip it up, it's not going to matter at all, and it's going to look cool no matter what. And I like doing different colour options because, you know, you need different colours when you're building a collage. Not one colour fits everything, unless you like do everything in neutrals, then it would. But yeah, having different colour options is really good. And I do need to do more colours in the dots as well. But just to give myself a break from the repetitiveness, just do a different pattern for a while. And they're kind of almost quicker because they're bigger, so they fill the space. And I do find if you do a narrow strip like that, I do find it a bit restrictive on how you can use it. Sometimes you need wider bits. So, you know, do them facing different ways. And do wider segments as well. Do some thinner ones, some wider ones, just to give yourself options when you come to use it of its usefulness. So yeah, just some leaves. You could mix up colours within the pattern, but I generally find that you only really want one colour per pattern. If you have too many colours in there, then you run into issues that it might not suit the collage you want to add it to because there's too much going on. So do bear that in mind as well if you do this. This pattern here is one I use. It's just sort of wonky stripes, I guess. I use that quite a bit as well. It's a really nice background pattern. So I am just going to do some of those as well in a different colour. And I just love how you don't have to worry about spacing or evenness or whether some are straight and some are wonky. Like it just works. It's fun. So if you need a little playtime, I recommend you grab yourself some pens or paint or something and something to work on, whether it's tracing paper or a book page, whatever, and just have some fun with some colours, making patterns of whatever sort you prefer. Okay, let's go and do some pink. That was sort of a peachy pink, that one. And let's do some circles, hollow circles this time. So one of the hardest parts can be making it random. You sort of end up doing them in the same place all the time, and it can be quite hard to break out of that once you realize that you're sort of doing it in a regular pattern. And to be honest, it doesn't matter if you do, but if you like random, then I find ducking backwards and forwards can help. Doesn't necessarily fix the problem, but it can help. Just by ducking and diving backwards and forwards, so that you're not sort of locking your brain into a set rhythm of where you draw the circles or whatever shape you're drawing. And also varying the size as well. These are all fairly even size, and that's okay. You can do a different one with different sizes. You could do one where you fill in the circles so they're solid, or you mix it up and do some solid and some hollow. Have I sold you on the idea yet? Like, is it something you're interested in, want to do? I don't think I've got a collage that I can show you where I've used it. I think they're all on pieces that are in journals, and the journals are all stored away in a box until they sell, to keep them dust free and cat free. Right, what colour do I want to work on next? Let's go for a different green. And what do I want to do this time? Maybe just some zigzags. Now I'm doing a sort of a zigzag but with a curve, because it doesn't matter. Now I'm doing deliberately trying to do some either way, which doesn't always work. It's all just completely random. And then I might go in and double layer. Just to blend it all together. Because remember, we only use little pieces of this. I actually really like that, and it was fun. Actually, I might do one more at the top of that segment, or at the side. It depends on how you're looking at it. Okay, well, I think I've done enough, and I'm sorry if you couldn't actually see the patterns as I was doing them. I didn't think about that, but you might not have been able to see the outcome as I was doing it. So I apologize if that's the case, but trying to just show you here what they turned out like. So my leaves and my dots, and some of those paler colors you probably still might have trouble seeing. Just trying to keep turning it to get you so you can see it. So I think I'm going to leave it there. You've got the idea. I'm going to fill in that last little bit off camera, and then file it away so I can use it whenever I need it. Thanks for joining me today, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.